Welcome to Kaleidoscope S4IG. Let's talk. Art has a way of making the very ground we stand on vibrate with emotion. It's magnetic, it's thought-provoking and responsive. That responsiveness is brought out in Sri Lanka's first curated non-fungible token digital art exhibition, The Brilliant Resilient, by 15 Sri Lankan artists who are responding to the socio, political and economic challenges in a completely new space. The exhibition, curated by Kesara Ratnavibhushana, is being hosted on the Upside Space, an international digital platform which is the brainchild of Lisa Ray, a trailblazing award-winning actress whose unconventional issue-based roles, including in Water and The World Unseen, have made her iconic. An award-winning writer too, whose memoirs were prompted when she was diagnosed with a rare blood cancer. A model for leading Indian brands including Lakme. She's a TV host, a motivational speaker, activist and an entrepreneur. Lisa is an art aficionado who, together with her partner, art professional and philanthropist Aisha Khan, showcases digital art from South Asia, Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Lisa, welcome to Sri Lanka and lovely to have you on our show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, the non-fungible token space is new to Sri Lanka. In fact, it's very new to the rest of the world as well. Very briefly, what does NFT do for the art world?
In my mind, though, however, NFTs, of course, can be used, it's a new technology, it can be used in many different ways. It can be used with reference to digital art, it can be used in finance, you can fractionalize ownership of properties using NFTs, but when it comes to art, it's very powerful, and here's why. In my mind, it is simply a new system of delivery. It's a new way of sharing art, exchanging art, that actually puts creativity and the artist at the center of the entire ecosystem. And that is what's really powerful, because with NFTs, we have provenance, we have transparency, we have authenticity, we have something called smart contracts, which means that artists can potentially receive automated royalties off of secondary sales, and they don't have to go around trying to chase someone for their payments, because I know that happens in the traditional art world. So this is actually revolutionary on so many ways. It does not mean, I want to clarify, does not mean that traditional art is dying. I think the two can exist in parallel. And if anything, this is an incredible opportunity and playground for artists to extend their practice into, to play with. And also, let's remember that in the digital world, or entering the digital world for an artist, means that geographical boundaries dissolve, physical boundaries dissolve, and you can access a global audience and global visibility. And that's what I really want to see Sri Lankan artists start to capitalize on.
Kesara Ratnavibhushana is the curator for this exhibition. And in general, why is the Upside Space curator-driven?
So first I want to say that Kesara did a brilliant job, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here in Colombo right now. The name of his exhibit is The Brilliant Resilient, and I think that that beautifully encapsulates the spirit of the Sri Lankan people, particularly during these times. And we are actually right now pre-launch as a platform, but I really wanted to come and support Kesara in a phygital exhibition. That means a combination of physical and digital. And sometimes that's the best way in for an audience. You know, you have to sort of see and experience and understand what NFTs can actually accomplish, but often it's very useful to see how a physical work is mirroring the digital work. And we are in the process of bridging those two worlds, as I said. We wanted to, again, bridge. As I said, we're sort of bridging also artists with the digital world. We wanted to bridge the audience also with the artists. And so our curator is an enabler. They're not a gatekeeper, they're enablers. So they actually set the exhibition's curatorial intent. They're the portal into a region. They vet the art. And it's through the curator, you might call them almost art buddies, that our audience is able to really experience and discover new artists, new kind of issues and perspectives, and really engage with the art of Southeast Asia, South Asia, and the Middle East, because these are the regions that we're spotlighting.
You must feel passionate about what you put up on the Upside Space. Now, what is it about these 15 Sri Lankan artists that moved you?
I want to preface this by saying I have a very strong emotional bond with Sri Lanka. I was here, I think in 2004, for about 6 months shooting a film called Water in Colombo. And that planted this seed in me of having this, being very intrigued by this incredible island nation. I think that, fortunately or unfortunately, really strong art practices come out of times of turmoil and distress. And we all know, of course, that Sri Lanka is just now emerging from a time like that. So I think that what's beautiful about the artists, whether it's Anoma, Anoli Pereira, and many other young and emerging artists in our exhibition, is a lot of the art is a very immediate response to everything that's been going on recently. So it's really encapsulating that emotional resonance. And on one hand, hope, on the other hand, also the spirit of resistance as well. And I think that's a very potent combination.
So thank you, Lisa. It's been very insightful, actually. I've learned a lot about a subject I knew very little about. So thank you for taking me down that path, and do enjoy the rest of your stay, which is brief at the moment, but we hope to see you. Our partners on the show have to be the best. Skills for Inclusive Growth and Australian Aid, Srilanka Life, CDB, and the Morning Newspaper. Thank you for being the best collaborators ever. Keep us on your radar, subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.